Hi there, for those who are watching. This is actually my second attempt of it all. Still haven't completely collected my thoughts, but I will at least try to speak a little bit more clearly than I had before. Hi, for those who are watching again, this is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Viewer, and this is a Black Clover discussion. With maybe future guests, we'll see. Not really sure if they will join, but we are joined in the server by Mercenary X84. And if you want to talk to me, you write frequently into that typing. You hear? Frequently. Otherwise, I won't be able to communicate. I was hoping to have another guest joining by, but we'll see if he really does drop by. Not really sure yet. It's always a bit difficult for that. All right, on to the thing. Black Clover, a manga with many mysteries of all. It's saying that it has. It's saying that no. How? Sorry. Well, uh, oh, we just got our guest in here. Hey, Dustin, do you hear me?
Yeah, it's an echo though, I think.
No, that cannot be helped.
Okay.
It's have a. I don't
I
have.
think it went away. Oh, never mind. Whatever. How
Uh,
you doing, bro?
well, a little bit confused, but other than that, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just had to take a shower.
Hmm.
Now I'm good.
Yeah, sorry I interrupted your free time back then. Yeah,
Oh no, I'm off the weekend, so I'm good.
that
This is my free time.
I was actually looking for guests to join me in this little quick discussion, but I have not sent the link in the Discord service, so I didn't really know if I should have done that if I wanted anyone to join into this. But
Man,
it's
it's up to you.
uh, but it's just that the recent Black Clovers have really been one of a very big bang of fire, don't you think?
Yeah. I really think this arc has. I can't wait for it to finish. And oh, I can't. That's a movie. I can't wait for it to finish so I can reread it.
Mm. Have you read the recent chap? You read the recent chapter, right?
Yeah, you know I love that chapter.
Yeah, and we all know how you love Charmy.
I love her to death.
Yeah, that your favorite character here. So I originally created this for a little talk. So let's just talk a little Black Clover. Its pros and cons, and a little bit also about the mystery of the other species. Because now we're getting into more of the fantasy server. We were so. I was also going to have a little discussion here with a fellow commentator, Mercenary X84, but that is only if I see his talking. So, first of all, uh, since you are a guest here, Dustin,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on the fact that Charmy is a half dwarf, half well, um, human?
Human. I feel like it makes a lot of sense. Um, because Charmy is always kind of weirdly small. Like her size is always kind of weird. Um, but it worked for her. So now that she's turned out to be half dwarf, it makes a lot more sense, and it makes it all of the mysterious and interesting components of her character start to make more sense. And dwarves make sense to be in the story, and it's good that they got introduced through Charmy. So I'm happy about it. And, I knew she was strong already, but now just to add this on top of it is like this is just what I was waiting for, and I'm glad we got it.
Indeed, it's really, as you say, it is actually something that makes a lot of sense because, I mean, I didn't see that she was a dwarf, but I am not surprised that it's revealed that she is a half dwarf. I mean, the only thing I can complain about that twist is the fact that we haven't even been heard about the dwarfs before, and now they just suddenly drop in like, well, like that. But then again, we did have elves, so why don't we have the other fantasy creatures, so to speak? It's
Well, the reason I don't have a problem with that is because it's not like a bunch of dwarves just popped up. It's just like Charmy is half dwarf, and through the elf recognized it was like I haven't heard about the dwarves for such a long time. So now it's kind of introducing them in that way. It's not like we just getting a whole bunch of dwarves and here they are, get to know their names and their personalities. So I think that was a cool way to do it.
yeah, you're right. It was a cool way to do it, and it does begs the question though. After all, a lot of people have been asking, is this the final arc of Black Clover? It's I mean, not necessarily. We still have the other kingdoms to dive into,
I
but
mean, if this is the final arc of Black Clover, that would be very disappointing.
yeah, I can agree. I mean, granted, this arc has been one to very very up high. So ending on a high note, that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it would leave us a little bit unsatisfied.
Yeah,
So
because after would have to. I mean, like what they gonna do? Like after Magic King at the end of this arc, like if that was, you know what I'm saying?
not exactly. What did you say?
I'm saying they would make Asta the Magic Emperor by the end of this arc.
Oh yeah, you mean like that? Oh, we have guests again. Oh, Pain, are you joining us here?
Yeah, I'm joining. You got a problem with that, Angry?
No, I don't have a problem with that. Just try not to
Uh,
be too much of a pain. Although it is in your name,
crickets, crickets.
it is
Oh, you dropped the link already.
it is on. It's in your name. So
Somebody dropped the link, so I just jumped in. You guys talking about
Oh,
Black Clover, right?
I didn't know he dropped the link. Yeah, we're talking about Clover.
well, either way, you are welcome, Pain. We are just here. This is just a small video discussing a little bit Black Clover and the reveal of the last chapter. Have you read the last chapter?
No,
You haven't. Huh.
no,
He
but it's
just saw
cool.
a
I
link
don't. I
and
mean,
clicked.
What?
no, it's cool though. I don't. I honestly don't like. I already know about a lot of the shit. Like I haven't even read the manga, but I know about the arc that's about to show up. That we're starting in the anime. So
Yeah, well, latest chapter revealed that there are gonna be more mythologies creatures here. So it's really a big surprise here. Also, some commentators here, a friend of mine, actually asking me, do any of you think that Yami knew about Shami's true personality?
I do.
oh, what Light? Yeah, he knew about his personality, bro.
No, nigga. I mean, no king. That's not what we're talking about. Wait.
Huh?
You said Charmy, right?
Yeah, I said Charming.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's a charming.
Well, it's
I thought he was talking about the dude. I thought he was talking about the dude killed the Wizard King.
what?
No, I know you talking about Pain. No, not him. He knew about that too, though. You're right. But we talking about Charmy. Oh no, Yami didn't know about that till after. Oh no, he had a suspicion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he knew because he had a suspicion. That's why he actually took it off.
Well, we don't.
Yeah, but I think
Well, it is a good question. I mean, Yami is sometimes a little bit smarter than he looks. It's just that I wonder, did he knew about what she really was all this time, or did he just not care?
I think everybody in the Black Bulls is special, and that's why Yami has them on his team. Everybody on the Black Bulls seems to have a special personal relationship with Yami, whether it's revealed or hasn't been revealed. Whether it be through Vanessa, whether it be through Henry, like everybody's had like a Noel, everybody had a special connection, and they wanted to follow Yami, and they joined the Black Bulls.
Is that me?
Huh?
Is that me? I keep hearing feedback.
Yeah, it's something with Angry's mic. He can't do nothing about it. I just took my headphones off, so I don't hear it as bad.
Oh.
It's just an echo. I don't have an extra. I don't have my microphone on, and even if I have the microphone on, all of you complain that you hear an echo anyway, and the other computer is on. So
he get mad at us. Why you mad at us?
What do we do? As much as Dustin talks shit about somebody, Mike.
No. I wasn't talking shit to any of you. I was just saying that what you don't know, you can't fix. That's just how I am. So, and besides, I cannot hear you all completely either. Yes, so, you know. Oh, we have we been joined by someone else's here? Russell.
Yeah. How's it going, guys? How's it going?
Well, yo, hi there, Russell. Welcome to this short stream of the recent Black Clover discussion.
Yeah, it's been a while since I joined the stream personally. How's it going, Dustin Payne?
What's happening, Russ?
Yeah, well, you are welcome to join here if we can hear you. So, Russell, what are your thoughts on the current reveal of last chapter?
I knew that personally something stunning was going to come up for Charmy eventually. Is there an echo? Or is that just me?
It's an echo.
It is not just you. Apparently, there's an echo in my computer, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Angry can't hear it, but he don't understand how bad it is. Like, the echo is terrible.
No, I don't understand how difficult it is. So sorry. You just have to symbolize that. I'll try to work on it, but no promises on that.
I mean, it's gonna be a short stream. It don't matter.
Well, either way, well, hey Russell, did you think that Jamie always knew about Charmy's real identity?
Whether he knew or not, I don't think matters. I think it's just personally that he knew that, like you said, that each member of the Black Bulls were special in their own way, no matter their background.
Yeah, no matter the background. It's true. Will we get a little bit more into her past maybe after this one, or do you think it's not relevant?
I think we'll figure out something too.
Oh shit!
What?
I'm reading the chapter.
Well, oh no, the sky is falling down. What are we gonna do about it?
Angry's so crazy.
Oh no!
I like your humor.
No, that was just my sarcasm talking.
Yeah, I know. I like your humor.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What?
Okay, Charmy can get the dick. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't know what you're saying.
Charmy little thick, goddamn.
We gotta get Charmy backstory now because we have to know. Like, we gotta know more. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to know. Like, we gotta know more about that.
Yeah, we'll always have to know. But we don't. But we'll perhaps dive in a little bit more.
Yo, Charmy, super, yo. This bitch said she didn't even know.
Yeah.
No, when I'm at the page when she's like dwarf.
Well, yeah,
like Greg.
The sheep turned into a wolf and it was like,
yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, the wolf in sheep's clothing. That's why I was like, it's dope. It's dope.
Well, I do have a feeling that maybe we'll dive into the dwarves after this arc is over, unless of course it doesn't. Unless of course the manga decides not to end after this one. So maybe, well, a friend of mine, Mercenary here, said that maybe the dwarves are connected to Diamond. After all, dwarves in certain mythology is said to be smiths. So I just wonder, is that connected to Diamond that can be found in mines, perhaps?
I mean, that does make sense. The diamond mines, yeah. I mean, I can see that. I don't know. Just Black Clover. If Black Clover is in the final arc, I would like rip my hair out.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? How have all of you felt like the arc has been so far? Russell, if you're still there, give me your thoughts first.
Yeah, I feel like the arc is good, and I know that a lot of people feel as if that this is like a final arc-esque of the series. but you still got to know about the other two kingdoms in particular and the other two spirits, let alone more about Asta and maybe his background in particular.
Mm. Yeah, and what about you, Payne? Are you still there?
He's not even caught up to the arc.
Or is he just focusing on reading? Okay, well, Dustin, you, what are your thoughts on the current arc so far?
I feel like this arc is amazing. It'll probably be a classic depending upon how it ends. It's just been this arc is I never expected Black Clover to be this great. Like I just enjoyed it as the series for what it was, but it turned out to be more than what I expected, and I'm overjoyed.
Yeah.
Right.
No, Payne disappeared but came back here. Was there a change in scenario, Payne?
No, I had to, when I was reading the chapter, it's like if I don't click back over, it'll kick me out.
Well, I guess so. Have you caught up to the chapter now?
I'm on page 11.
Well,
she's like, have some protein.
Oh yeah, you mean that? Yeah, that was pretty neat. So, what are your, if you are reading Black Clover, what are your thoughts on the current arc so far, Payne?
Oh no, this arc is dope, man. Like, honestly, Black Clover really gave me a different perspective.
Well,
I didn't think it was gonna be this good.
Well,
yeah, I just finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it certainly hasn't been a disappointing one. It has gone up and down with despair, but it's even played a little bit with the hope as well.
I mean, I think the elves arc is better though. So far, that is.
Well, it is so far good. It's just that there are some unanswered questions left, and some people are a little bit worried if those questions will be answered. And that is, what is Lich really planning? And if the elves really do get defeated, will that really bring forth peace? Because it's very likely that the possessed humans will be punished for, well, technically attacking their own kingdom. So we'll see about that. And by the way, have any of you, what do you think about the fact that people saying that Asta and Juno are captain level?
I mean, I don't like it, but I mean, their feet kind of like say that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Noelle is about to be captain level in a minute.
I mean, but I don't know. I think that with Black Clover, I don't think captain level is just a peak. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a height that you can still climb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like surpass your limits. That's Yami's thing, you know, surpass the limits.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What about you, Russell?
I feel like with Asta and Juno being captain level, even if they are, doesn't necessarily mean that they have the right mindset and skill to, lead their own squads down the road in the future. Because, the goal of them to be the Magic Emperor or Magic King, whatever term you use, as you know, you got to be a Magic captain.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, actually, Stony has joined us in the chat. Too bad you're not going to join us in the talking. Would have loved to hear your thoughts on it all. So it's well, for me, I feel like they are the main characters wherever you like it or not. Yes, I am looking at all of you, the Spicers, saying that will eventually gain strength to captain level. It's just that it plays a little bit different with Juno and Asta. Juno is said to be a talented at birth, while Asta has to work for his. And they fight differently and they work differently. It's just that I feel like they have to, before they become. So speaking of which, speaking of captains, anyone have a favorite captain so far?
Yami is that motherfucking nigga, y'all.
Yeah,
Yami's the GOAT, but I'm in love with Meliona.
Yeah, well, Yami is
You
definitely
mean you mean Yu-Gi-Oh, the sister,
what?
the fire girl?
Oh yeah, aren't you talking about Meliona now, or are you talking about the Fire
No,
Elf?
that's what I'm asking. I'm asking if he's talking about the fight. The
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was talking about Meliana. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Her name is
I don't know how to I don't know how to say it. I just be calling her the fire people.
Well,
I can't say none of their names.
I call her Meloleo, so it's fine with her, saying her name. I haven't seen the anime episode that debuted her actually. I've heard the anime recently debuted her episode.
Yeah, they debuted her.
Then I gotta say though that voice, not that I've heard the voice, but when I saw the voice actors, I was a little bit surprised. Didn't expect them to take that kind of voice for her. But well, I'll check out that episode when I can. Did you say your favorite, by the way, Dustin?
Uh, Probably Yami. I mean, outside of Yami might be I like Real, the painted dude. I like his powers.
Yeah, well,
Wait, so he's the one who's possessed right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and Rill is possessed by an elf. Yes, yes, to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
just to make him a little bit more broken.
Do you guys read seven? Oh, never
Uh,
mind. That's a different.
oh yeah, also, as I said before, it's not exactly sure what is going to happen to all these possessed humans once they're free from the elves. But do you all think? What do you think the fate of the Golden Dawn is going to be if every elf do manage to get stopped?
I think Yuno gonna become the captain.
I don't want him to become the captain yet, though.
I mean, he has to, because you look at it in the recent chapters before this, he gathered all of the Magic Knights from different Magic squads that were without their captains. He gathered them all up to come to the battlefield, showing he was a leader. And then his captain was a villain, and then the vice captain got possessed by the villain, so he's not. They don't trust him anymore. So Yuno is naturally the next one to be.
Yeah, I just don't like the way that it was written for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wish that he would have had more progression, because while I think that he can get the power of a captain, but I feel like he's not as experienced yet.
Yeah, well, Juno is a kind of flat character. He doesn't even. But I mean, he expresses kind of emotion. It's just that he doesn't really express that to. Unlike Asta, he doesn't express that to everyone. He only expresses that to people he acknowledges, and that is so far only Asta, which makes him a little bit more arrogant than some other people. So, what do you think, Russell? What is your fate of Golden Dawn's perspective? Are you still there, Russell?
Russ?
Maybe not.
Well, I mean, I guess I can go. I think they're gonna have a different. I think they're gonna have like a different scale. Like, I hate to use fairy tale, but
Well,
do you guys remember in fairy tale when the sky dragon, I mean the light dragon, took over for the guild?
Sabertooth, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like he'll bring it in that direction, and they'll stop being so much of snobs. But then Yuno's a snob himself.
Yeah, well, yeah, I see what you mean. Well, yeah, well, actually, I believe that Golden Dawn would be disbanded because of this. Because the king is kind of a rude asshole. So I always expected he would. I mean, we have to realize that he actually saw a Golden Dawn trying to assassinate him. So very likely that he probably will lose his Golden Dawn, especially now when the Sorcerer's Emperor is defeated. It's not even known who's gonna replace the Sorcerer's Emperor so far. But I do hope that it's not Juno or Asta. They are even, no matter how powerful they will get after this arc, I do feel like they're not ready to be emperors yet. I just feel like they have to get a little bit older than that.
I want Asta to get another fucking wing, because that one wing blows me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's dope, but I mean, it's just weird.
So who do you think should be the next Magic Emperor?
Bro, that's a hard question.
I say Flavian should be the old fire magic captain should be the next emperor, if not Yami.
Hmm. Well, Melileo do not really care about the fire status, but she is powerful. So I can.
And I don't think Yami cares about being the king.
Yeah.
I don't think that's his goal. So I don't think that will fit. I feel like he would just be rushed and pushed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's why I say it's a hard question.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are correct. It is a hard question because technically every single Magic Emperor candidate so far has pretty flawed personalities. What do you think, Dustin?
I think it's Yami, no brainer.
Well, Yami has the biggest honor of all the.
Yeah, but Dustin, you don't agree that Yami would be like kind of out of character?
No, because the last Magic Emperor was basically when he died was telling him to be the Magic
Emperor. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I mean, but like I feel like that's like I feel like Yami being the emperor would be is like Kakashi becoming Hokage.
But Kakashi became Hokage.
But he did.
No, because what I'm saying is like he was basically there just to fill the seat.
Oh yeah, you mean like that? Someone to fill the seat.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I want him to like if he's gonna do it, I want him to become an after that. Like I don't know how they would do it. I mean, how he would write it, but I kind of want him to be the next one, not the one current, not the one because Julius just died. I want him to reject it because Julius died, but I want somebody bad to get it so then he can go and usurp them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Well, we'll see. I mean, for me, I feel like. What is that?
Oh, what the hell?
That's probably my phone. Hold on, I gotta.
That's not me.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty strange. Well, either way, either way, I feel like Yami, when it comes to power and honor, he's the only one worthy about being Magic Emperor. But he doesn't really like to be in the center of it all. So I feel like, as Pink said, it would just be a little bit out of character. But we'll see. This discussion will not be too long, but I do have another question to all of you. We have now been introduced to the fact that dwarves have apparently existed in this world, and probably all the others as well. So what I'm trying to say is, if elves or dwarves exist in this world, do you think the other mytholic creatures exist as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna definitely see some giants. Probably see some dark elves.
Oh yeah, speaking of dark elves, what if would it be a twist if it turns out that all of this killing of the elves was just the dark elves' magic in order to put the blame on humans?
That would be interesting because speaking of that, and with the dark elves thing, I had a minor theory about how it's if there are dark elves in the Black Clover universe, they could be the equivalent of the demons essentially. Because you know how they compare the elves to like the gods.
Yeah, and we still haven't really got to reveal exactly what the demons are. There are a lot of theories out there that suggest that the demons are actually elves that fell into despair. But after all, when the elves do, we've seen it before, when the elves really get sad, they tend to, get demonic magic. What do you think, Dustin?
Huh?
What do you think about, do you think those other mytholic creatures and stuff like that?
I mean, I love mythical creatures in any fantasy story, so the more the merrier.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense. We'll see. Although technically having dark elves, well, will some of you complain if that happens, if you understand what I mean when I say that?
No, I don't understand what you mean. I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, no, I know what he means. People bitch and complain too much nowadays and whatnot, and then they want to start going after the author themselves, and it's like it's his story, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, sometimes the authors do stupid shit though.
Yeah. I would agree if it was Oda if you said that.
Well, you do know that people tend to overreact nowadays. After all, just look at the voice acting industry. Although technically that may not have been an overreaction, but They
got
fired.
blown out of proportion.
Yeah, well, it has
All right.
gotten out of.
Sorry about that, guys. My
Yes,
you
landlord was
okay?
calling me. I didn't know
I
you
was
guys could hear it.
well, Peg, that you came back. I was just before I was talking about the fact that the voice acting industry in the Funimation scenario has gotten a little bit out of hand. Although wherever if that was right or wrong, I don't really care anymore. I was actually more wondering, you, Payne, do you think we'll see any other mythologic creatures like giants, dark elves, stuff like that?
I hope we get. Wait. Honestly, I don't. Okay,
Well, what I mean to say,
I've just caught up, right? So, and like the last chapter that I literally just read that last chapter. I just knew what happened because I didn't really care about spoilers.
Hmm.
So like somebody always tell me what's going on, but I never like read it. So I don't know all of the races that are in it.
well, we don't either. This was the first time.
Okay. Because I know those elves, dwarves, those are only two.
Well, we do know that elves, apparently demons or devils, and now we know that dwarves existed. But this chapter of There's a Black Clover was the only one that revealed to us that well, dwarves existed. This is the first time we have actually heard they existed in this universe. So that makes me actually wonder if any of the other species in ancient mythology, giants or.
I hope we have fairies.
Well, technically they have this. They have a sprite, although technically that is a magic spirit. So maybe they do have a fairy.
No, because I don't know. That's what I was gonna ask you guys earlier. I don't know if anybody reached Seven Deadly Sins, but
Yeah, I read it. I read Pan.
that shit is fire. And the fairy race and that shit is fire. King is that nigga.
Well. Either way, we're gonna wrap up with this little discussion because this was just meant to be a short one, talking about the latest chapter. Yeah, just spamming some theories here and there. If anyone wants to have a deeper talk with that, you can always contact me on Discord or on Twitter, or I'll contact you. Say either to me, can you please fuck off, or can you just you're welcoming. Any of you are very welcoming. I would have wished to have more on this conversation. Alas, that will have to wait for another time. So first off, I'll give thanks for Dustin. Sorry that I just immediately asked you like that on the spot, man. I hope I didn't put you in a bad situation.
No, that's all good. I wasn't doing nothing. I just was trying to get home. That's it.
And also, Payne, we may sometimes disagree. You were also welcome into this talk.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm really starting to really get into Black Clover. So.
Yeah, well, I definitely say to people to at least give Black Clover a chance. It's difficult to get into it immediately. For me,
it's just the anime will fuck you up in the first couple episodes, because that's why I dropped it. I ain't gonna lie, I dropped it a couple times because I said,
well, you
I
have
mean, but that's how he's supposed to act. But
yeah, well, yeah, I understand what you mean. Although technically, I would have actually advised people to read the manga first before they saw the anime. It's but I can understand that yes, the anime did butcher his character, even though that character is how he is supposed to be. I mean, I reacted also a little bit bad on his screams. I know he screams a lot. It's just his vocal when he screams. Is the fact that he goes high and low. It felt a little bit of a turn off. And also, thanks to you too, Russell. That you also
you good, man. I'll come through anytime because Black Clover needs to be talked about because people always shit on it and try to compare it to 3 other different series. And it's like, give it a chance. I mean, I hate when people say something is overrated or it's underrated or just it's complete trash. I just hate that.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, check back.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'll say that I understand why some people cannot always like Black Clover, because Black Clover is sometimes meant to be a little bit of a simple manga. It's not Attack on Titans, and even though the author has said that he has a lot of inspirations from Berserk,
currently it is not Berserk. So you just have to, unless of course something this arc happens that throws the entire Berserk scenario into it. But if you think about it, a lot of the things in Berserk is actually true, especially the fact that the elf patrie was elf patrie was somehow similar to the Berserk of Griffith, but it's just that it's more of a simple manga, but it's also enjoyable if you just look at it in another scenario. Especially this latest arc. Black Clover entered a territory I never thought they would enter, and that was ultimate despair and the friends being possessed. Even that emotion when Luck's elf was free from the curse. I have to say that was one of the most emotional things I've read in Black Clover, and I really enjoyed that chapter a lot. But this is the end of this one. Hope I'll stay in contact with you guys, and and I hope I'll see y'all in another discussion or so. In the meantime, stay cool.
And if you don't like the video, you never will.
You'll see her.